Well, let's check up on our friend again, Tim Whiskeychan. How are we doing over there, Tim?
Oh, very good. Just to show you I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's a painting that I'm doing that I was working on the feathers, just to be a more elaborate yet. Some of the symbols there, I've gained it from friends that have worked in the archaeological findings or ethnology. I had the interest because as an artist, it's important to know the the stuff that's out there, that the symbolism, the patterns that our ancestors used to wear before before the clothing came in. I had numerous discussions with elders. I had the opportunity to travel, visit the museums in Ottawa, Quebec, with elders. And some of the patterns that I exemplify in this is I have a friend that was from Montreal. He would do some archaeology because art is very important because we play a role in the community. We preserve stories. We preserve the landscape, what it looked like before and now. And because I'm bringing these symbols behind this, it's that the importance of our ladies that they make their patterns from. And of course, I wanted to know how the patterns were geometric, why they were floral, where did this all come from. But these typical ones, I was told an anthropologist that came in Waskaganish in 1906 and collected patterns from our people. And in fact, I don't think I have the other painting, but some of our First Nation people, our Cree people in Waskaganish, wear the kind of like markings on their faces. And these faces paintings were suggestive to a clan. And I even saw some imagery. And what's interesting about it, this thing is online. And this archaeologist told me that maybe we should do some activity with the youth. Maybe do some masks. So we did. So we kind of took some of the symbols from this 1906 anthropology paper. And from me, reason why behind this is as well as I've used them in my paintings now, especially when I do my abstract paintings. There's numerous ones, and some of those symbols come from that, from our ancient patterns. And what I learned too is birch bark bitings. Our elders used to use that to make some of their patterns on either their garments or their sessions in Cree. Again, your patterns. And that's the interest. When I show to elders, they would say, I would ask them, what would this mean? Do you know? Did you hear? And sometimes I would draw a circle around it. It would amplify the four corners, the four directions, north, south, east, west. And it's symbolic. And I notice I find those in our Cree, these symbols that come. So that's why I wanted to emphasize the painting itself and why the chief, it's always an elder, respective elder. I'll just put this on the side. The other one I've just finished is the landscape. A lot of people are talking about trees. This is a painting I just did now. I've done, 10, I guess. I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty elaborate. I was just asking someone here to get me some salt, but he couldn't get some. But it's just sometimes when I put water, I put salt here. And what happens is it crystallizes it. And it makes us look like a speck of snow. So these techniques I have obtained over the years by reading or looking at some other artists or asking questions. So I'll just give a quick demonstration, landscape, I'm pretty fast, that's what I do with water, see? And then when I make my trees, I just dip that, and I just go, look. I'm stupid, huh? And when I want to make water that's too much, I want to make texture. Look at this. That's ice. snow. See? And then sometimes I want to put the sun there right away, just to look at it. And then I buy these brushes or I keep brushes. Some of my brushes are about 30 years old now. When I first started, this teacher of mine told me, always take care of your paintbrushes because they will take care of you. And plus of that, if you don't clean your brushes, you end up damaging them, and then you end up buying more, and then you spend money to buy. And I buy good quality brushes because they last longer. I just put my bar of soap and I just wipe it like this, and then I rinse it out in the water. And I stand them up. I don't like soaking them overnight like that, so that's just a tip that I give to people. So black with red gives you like a little reddish color. So I just go like this. When I want to make my plants, I probably add a little bit of red. Just look, that's how I do my vegetation. The uglier the brush, the better. See? And here, sometimes I wipe this out, the excess. I use a little light color and yellowish, a little bit of red, gives you an orange. And then put your orange vegetation. Sometimes you could put it here. Okay? And then make it more darker a bit on the bottom. Not too much, just a dab it. So this is how it looks like. Okay? Quick. Of course, I have a finer brush that I use. I would make my trees, knowing your material is good too. This is called a dagger brush. Looks like a dagger, a knife. This particular one is very nice to make your trees. When I do my programs, like my art programs, I would bring these and explain more. I would be more elaborate because this makes wonderful lines. Let's say I want to make a tree here, look. Those dead trees in the swamp? An elder told me, he says, those trees, the dry trees, they're very important to our people, he says. They're also very important because they keep us warm when we make our fires. Dry tree. Vaktak, let's say in Cree. And also the wet ones, the spruce. So it's important to know your trees too. Like I mentioned earlier, there's trees, there's Crees. But also it's important to know what type of tree to use for certain things, like they mentioned about medicine, but also to know which tree to use for certain material to make, like snowshoes. So these elders that we know that make, or it helps. Like I think that's part of also. I took part of some land base too. They would teach us about firewood. So that's it. I'm just gonna continue, but I'll continue later. Thank you.